This video was so fun to create. I'm using all viral products according to like TikTok and other places that they've gone viral. They're selling out everywhere. So if you're curious to see what products I'm using, let's get into it. Hi everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mel, and on my channel we discuss everything to do with makeup, skincare, and sometimes a little bit of style for the over 50 woman. So I don't even have a TikTok account. I have so many other social media platforms, but I do hear of the stuff that goes viral and sells out everywhere and everybody's trying to get their hands on it. And when I was researching a little bit about the products, and I'm like, I have a fair amount to do a full face of makeup, so we're just going to jump right into it. So the first product that I wanted to really try out is the Drunk Elephant. This is the D-Bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. Now I just have like a little sample size of it because I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to work. So what you do is you mix the drops with just like a moisturizer, serum, that sort of thing. So today I mixed it with my Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer. So I take my regular amount of moisturizer. I squirted like 2 drops. I wasn't sure exactly how bronzy this was going to make me, but I think it did a really nice job of giving me that like a really healthy glow. It's supposed to give you a bronzy wash of color. It's for all skin types, like normal, dry, oily, doesn't matter. You can use it on all skin types. What I thought was really interesting about this is it's supposed to help with, like over time, it's supposed to help with fine lines and wrinkles. And it is also vegan and cruelty-free. I like that you can use it with all skin tones. It just gives you like a really healthy appearance. And I also like how it gives me the like more of a tan look rather than an orangey look. Like I don't look orange at all, like a Oompa Loompa. So I really like that. So next on the list is a product that I could not get my hands on for the life of me. It took me quite a long time. So it's the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Now this is the product that was being compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This gives you like a really dewy appearance. I find my skin looks really healthy, radiant. It's a really versatile product, so you can choose to use this just by itself. You don't have to wear like a foundation at all. Apply it under your makeup. You can use it as a highlighter, and you can even like mix it with your foundation. This does have squalene and hyaluronic acid, and it has quite a shade range. Like this has 12 shades. And because it's e.l.f., it is cruelty-free, but I love the glowiness it gives my appearance. Sometimes, depending on what foundation and stuff I'm wearing, sometimes I can look like a little too glowy, so I tone it down a little bit with some powder. But overall, I really love this stuff. It is excellent. Just a great product. Now, a product that went viral a few years ago was the NYX Lift and Snatch Eyebrow. This is like a pen type of formula. It's not a pencil. So what I do is I still use my, like a pencil, the spoolie on the end of it. I use that to just kind of comb through the hairs. And then I go in with this. It really does help get into all those little really fine areas of my hairs because they are really thinning out. And then I find the hairs just stay in place. I don't even go as far as using like a wax or anything like that. This does a great job of just helping them stay in place. It's also a waterproof pen, and a preference of whether you have, like if you want to make like a thin line or a thick line. I really like that part of it, that it's very versatile that way. I find it's not like transfer resistant. There's been times where I go to put like my shirt on over my head and the brows stay in place. There's no color transfer at all. And I like how you just kind of flick it with the pen. So really great product. I can definitely see why it went viral. And also let me know, I am trying out a little bit of new lighting, and I adjusted my settings in my camera a little bit to make me a little bit brighter. So just let me know whether you notice a difference and whether it's better, worse, that kind of thing. I always like to hear your feedback. So another product that I think this was like a couple of years ago, it went viral, and it's the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. What I love about this is it's very hydrating under my eye. So I am wearing it today. I usually apply this with my finger first because it has that little pump mechanism type of applicator. Well, it's not even an applicator. It doesn't have like a wand, I should say, to apply it. And then I usually just go in with a brush, blend it in that way. This one is not drying at all. It doesn't leave my under eyes looking cakey. Every once in a while, like when I initially put it on, there is just ever so slightly a little bit of settling where I get it like right under my fine lines that are right underneath my eyelashes. It really does take away that darkness under my eye. You can see how refreshed my eyes look. And it's one of those products that you can use all over your face. It's not specifically like right under your eyes as a concealer. You can use it as like little spot treatments. Now, when I use powder, which isn't very often anymore, I find powders can be very drying on my skin. But the one that I reach for a lot because it actually makes my skin feel really nice on my dry skin, it's the Kosas Cloud Set. This one I have in the shade Breezy, but this one feels almost airy on my skin. It gives you like a blurring effect. My skin looks like really, really smooth. One of the unique things about this one is it tones down the shine, but it doesn't take away that glowiness that I have going. So I like the glowiness, I just don't like it to be super shiny. And it's also silicone free and talc free. Now, one of the foundations that went viral this year was the Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Foundation. And I am really, really enjoying this one. I find it gives me more of like a medium coverage, very hydrating on the face. I don't mind the little bit of glowiness that it gives me. I think if somebody that has oily skin, you might not like that part of it. I find it gives me like a really like a natural finish. I have still like my skin is poking through. I appreciate that I'm not getting a whole bunch of settling in my fine lines. This does say that it illuminates the skin, which I would totally agree with that. And that's why I said somebody with oily skin, you might not like that part of it. It is a buildable formula, so you can either wear it, I applied it with a brush, so it kind of gave me a little bit more coverage, or you can shear it out using a sponge. But this one, what I really like about this is it doesn't oxidize on me at all. Like the color that you see is really like the true color that's going to stay all day. I found this one got a few negative reviews, but so I was a little bit hesitant to try it. But I thought, you know what, everybody's skin is different and it may work differently on my skin. So I went ahead and tried it, and I'm very, very happy that I did. I think if you're somebody that has dry skin, I think you would really enjoy this one, because it's going to give you that nice luminosity, and it doesn't cling to any like dry patches or anything like that. So this next product is a newer product, but it did go viral. It was sold out on the websites, and I can really see why. I have two of them. I have the Merit, they're the Solo Shadows. I have one in the shade Studio and one in the shade Social. So you can see one is more of like a brown shade, so I used that one more as my transition shade. And then this one here I used like in my crease area. But what is so fantastic about these eyeshadows and very unique about them is they are a cream. So those are the shades right there. But they feel like a powder once they're applied on your eyes. So Merit also came out with the little eyeshadow brush. They're a matte formula, so there's no shimmers or anything like that. Had that one shade as my transition shade, and then I put on the other shade and just kind of put it on my crease and then on my lid. But these are super long lasting. This is gonna stay on the rest of the day, right till I take it off at night. It is like a buildable formula. And what's nice about how they have the formula is because it's a cream formula, there is, and even though it goes like dries down to like a powder, there's no fallout. It's not technically like a powder eyeshadow. It doesn't do any sort of creasing at all. And you can apply it with your finger as well. So if I want more coverage, I use my finger, and then I'll go in with the brush and just make sure that everything's just kind of blended together. And you can also use them just like as a great one and done type of shadow. If you're trying to run out the door, just throw it on your finger, apply it on, and you're all set. And then I should show you when I say that they stay on, they really do stay on. So those swatches that I just showed you, like if I go like this, like it's not budging off. It won't rub off. So the unbelievable staying power is incredible. So I don't find there's like a lot of eyeliners that are kind of viral. I would say the only one that I know about that gets very good reviews and some of the shades get sold out a lot, it's the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner. So I have that one on today under my lower lash line. This is in the shade Bourbon, and it's a nice coppery color. Not like a stark black or anything like that. I like how it glides on. Like when it says it's the glide on eyeliner, it really does glide on. And you can use this one in your waterline. It's like a waterproof formula as well. And what I love about it is they just have so many shades. And for an eyeliner, it is very creamy. So when I'm putting it on, there's no like tugging, and it's not like dragging my skin or anything like that. It's extremely pigmented, so just fair warning. And I find it is like a smudge proof. I don't have it like falling, you know, at the end of the night. I don't have it, you know, falling down my face at all or anything like that. And it's also really good for like not fading at all. And then I always make sure that I curl my lashes with the Rephr eyelash curler. I know I say it pretty much in every video, but this is really the best eyelash curler. And you know what? It probably is one of those viral type of products because they sell out of this one because it is such a fantastic eyelash curler. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Now a mascara that went viral this year because it was being compared to, I'm not going to say, I don't know if it was completely a dupe, but it was being compared to the Benefit Lash Roller, I think it was. But it's the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. Now I find this one gives me more lengthening than it does volume. It's one of those ones that has the double-sided wand. One side of the wand is applying the product and the other side is running the product through your lashes. I do find this one is smudge resistant. It's not like seeping down my face by the end of the night like I've had some mascaras. And I find this one doesn't do any flaking, which is nice. The way that the wand is designed, I find it really gets into the corners where I have like those little fine hairs, like eyelash hairs. It does a nice job of getting even those little corner ones. And it definitely does give me like a little bit of a curling look to my lashes. So there were some beauty wands that went viral. And I unfortunately was kind of late to the party getting the products just because they took so long coming to Canada. But I was super happy when I finally did get my hands on them. They really did live up to the hype. The ones that I picked up is the e.l.f. The Halo Glow Beauty Wand. So it says contour on it. I actually use this as a bronzer. I don't do a lot of contouring like where I'm, you know, chiseling my cheekbones out or anything like that. I use this as a bronzer on my cheek and then I do apply it around my hairline. Where I naturally would put bronzer, like a powder bronzer anyhow. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think these were being compared to the Charlotte Tilbury beauty wands. Now, I really do like how they apply to the face. They blend in like a dream. Very pigmented. I just start off like with a really light hand. I only put a few little dots and then I buff that in. And then I can build it up. The one shade I have is, I have the light medium. They do have like a few other shades. And what makes them a little bit unique is they have that sponge tip applicator. So that's the shade right there. It's a really, really creamy formula. I like the radiance that it gives like on my complexion. It looks very natural. I never look like orangey at all with that type of bronzer. It does have squalene in it, which I think has helped give it that really healthy appearance. And then they also did come out with, so there's the contours, there's blushes, and there's a highlighter. So I did pick up the highlighter as well. The blushes, I didn't hear great things about the blushes, so I didn't pick any of those ones up. But I'm really, really happy with the contour bronzer one. This is great. So the blush that I think really does live up to the hype of being so super pigmented, just looks beautiful on the skin. And I have two of them. It's the Rare Beauty. These are the soft pinch blushes. So I have one of each. I have one in the dewy formula and one in the matte formula. So matte, I have Bliss. These are one of the most pigmented blushes I think I've ever tried. So that one is Bliss. But the one I'm wearing today is called Worth. And this one is the dewy formula. So it's right there. It's a little bit of a darker shade, but so, so pretty. I only put like 2 dots. I start that off. This is so worth the money because you are not going to believe how long this is going to last you because you only need those little dots. And then when I blend it in, they blend in just incredible and super long lasting. Like this is not going to fade the rest of the day. And I find it just gives me like a healthy, like a flush to the skin. That's kind of what blush is supposed to do. Just kind of give you like a nice healthy flush. And that's why I think she calls them, they're called soft pinch. You know, like when you pinch your cheeks and that's what gives you that flush of color on your cheek. And not surprisingly, this was like an Allure Beauty Award winner. So this next product, basically all I can say is, wow. Like it's pretty incredible. It was a product that was released this year, and I believe it already had won one of the Allure awards. But it's the Rare Beauty. This is the Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighter. I have this one in the shade Mesmerize, so it's like a rosy gold. This stuff really is incredible. I love the look it gives to my skin. It's very silky. When you touch it on here, it's such a unique formula. So it's right here. And what it does is it almost feels like it gives you like a glass light appearance, but not going overboard. Like the glow that it gives you is very it's very natural looking. Like even though it's a powder highlighter, it doesn't look powdery on my skin. It doesn't settle all into my fine lines because my fine lines go down, you know, quite a ways now. And so where I'm putting my highlighter right on my cheekbone, it doesn't settle into those fine lines at all. And I like how she's designed it for like pretty much all skin tones. And my skin just looks really healthy. So like I said, just like a really, really incredible product. Now I didn't see a lot of like lip liners go viral at all. The one that kind of was on my radar a little bit was the NYX. This is the Shine Loud lip liner. This one does incredible for staying power on my lips. So as you guys know, if you're like a regular viewer of mine, I always, when I line my lips, I always fill my whole lip in. And then that way, when my lip color starts coming off, it just looks really gradual and there's no like harsh lines on my lips. So the pink one is the shade right there. A really creamy formula. And what I do like about this is it is more of like a matte formula, but it's not drying on the lip. It is made with jojoba oil and vitamin E. It is waterproof, so that's what gives it that staying power, and that really does help it, especially when I'm filling in my lip. What I like about this also is I don't have like my lip color doesn't bleed outside the lines at all. Then there wasn't a lot of like lipsticks that went viral this year that I could see anyhow. But there's one that's always, it's like a staple. Whenever you hear like a viral lip product, this one always comes up. And it's the Clinique. It's that black cherry color. So again, I have like more of like a trial size of it. But I know this one is super popular. That's the shade right there. It's more of like a sheer type of formula. It's not going to give like a deposit a lot of color. But I like how it is really suitable for all skin tones. I did apply just a little bit of it today, but it's very hydrating on the lip. And then what I did was I paired it with the e.l.f. This is the lip stain. That went viral also this year. And I have this one in the shade Pinkies Up. It's that shade right there. And that's actually what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's one of those products that you do have to reapply. But because it's more of like, it's a glossy lip stain is what the technical name of it is. I like how it gives me like just enough of a color. It looks like I'm wearing something on my lips, but very, very hydrating. And it does give you just a little bit of a stain, and it really does last. And I like how it's almost doing like double duty. So it's giving you a pop of color, but then it also is like a gloss. And you know what? Without even realizing it, all the products I showed you today were all like cruelty-free and like vegan and that sort of thing. So that I wasn't even trying to do that. I was kind of recapping some of the products as I was looking at them. I'm like, wow, that is very, very good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. All the products will be linked and listed down below for you guys. And thank you so much. If you ever do use any of my links, I thank you so much for helping to support my channel. Let me know down in the comments if any of these products are your favorites and if they lived up to the hype in your eyes. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!